Put your hands. Soup time.
Soup time.
Drill team. Get up. Get up. Transport position.
Represent.
1, 2, 3, 4. First group.
First group.
Don't you.
Silence.
Let me see
What you got?
what you can do.
You can do.
What it is, what it do, what it does. Welcome to Water Wednesdays. I am Trotter Water. And today we are with a very special organization that I hold near and dear to my heart. I know y'all used to me doing Water Wednesdays, promoting and bringing spotlights to local businesses. Well, that's not the only reason why I do it. I also bring it to spotlights to organizations. And this is an organization that I was in back in the early 90s. It was, back then it was known as Blind Boone Highsteppers. Now it is known as Mid-Missouri Highsteppers. And today I have with me Mr. Rowe himself. If you know anything about Columbia, you know this man right here is a staple of Columbia. All right, so I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself and talk about what he has going right now with Mid-Missouri Highsteppers.
What's up, man? It's always good. Look at you, man. Hey, I remember you back in the day playing the drums, boy.
Yes.
Hey, and I know one thing that you remember about me is that I was serious about what I did.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Mr. Rowe. They call me Mr. Rowe Rolando Berry. I'm the executive director and founder of the Missouri Highsteppers. Started back in the day with the Blind Boone Highsteppers when I came on the spot. Our program we're a drill team. We're a performing arts drill team. And what we do is we take drums and we make music, and we have the stepping, and we have the dancing and the flipping, and all this is about is choreographed into a routine. And we take that routine all around. And with that routine, you will see pieces of dedication. You will see pieces of discipline. You will see pieces of having fun, pride. Because that's what it's all involved. Yes. That's why we do this. And because of that, it moves people. So when we're doing our shows out there, after we put this program, this routine together, and we're doing our shows out there, it's making people think, making people feel good. They have an embodied experience, and that's why we do what we do. And I love it, man. I love it.
How long have you been doing this so far?
I've been with the Highsteppers since 1979. 1979, I had a head full of hair, man, at the time. Man, I went through all kinds of phases, but I tell you, I went through all phases. But started in 1979, and I was 21 years old.
Okay.
And here we are.
Yes. Now, you said something about traveling and things like that. I know because whenever what first brought me to the knowledge of the drill team, I was going to actually Blue Ridge Elementary School. And y'all had came and did a performance for the school one day. I think it was like during the summer or something. I said, oh, yeah, I want to do that. I went home and told my mom that I wanted to be a part of it. And not even a week later, I was a part of it. So do y'all still get involved in the schools like y'all did back then? Like when you go to the schools and perform and things like that?
Yeah, we're still going to the schools. As a matter of fact, but we're going to the schools this time with a different flavor. We don't just go into the schools and perform with the drill team steps. We go in and we tell a story. We have performing arts. We have one act plays. So we have acting involved now. And y'all better get ready because this can really happen. We can really plant some seeds. And so we're going to the schools as an empowerment program. And so when we're going to interject that drama and acting in there, and then we the why. We're always going to answer that why when we do our performance. And then, but that's the new trick. But yeah, we do that.
Okay.
Not only do we do it in the schools, but we also have empowerment weekends where we go to places like Highsteppers, Missouri, or anywhere, and we go and we post up for the weekend, and we do a show Friday night, meet and greet, and then that Saturday we do workshops, and we teach the kids, the kids in the community some of our drill steps that we want to incorporate, and we'll do it as a big performance afterwards for the community. But also during that day, we have empowerment workshops where we teach community people, leaders, and we talk to parents, and we talk to students about tips and how to maneuver in this thing,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're touching every basis of the reason why you started was in order to truly affect the child, you also have to affect their parent.
Yes.
So that's the best. Yes.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. We just starting up. Let me just. Is it okay if I just go ahead and talk a little bit about the history? What happens?
Absolutely.
Okay. Traditionally, we started under a tree, without a home. And for all of these 42 years that I've been involved with this thing, we've never had a home. We've always posted up at somebody's house. And what I mean by that is that we would probably be a part of the school system, where they would let us use their space until we got big and we started making some things happen. And then, you know, that started happening, you know what I mean? So then we was with the city of Columbia. They give us a spot for about 2 or 3 years, and then something that happened where they went, well, we can't be in there. We go out of that spot. They got something else going on. Or we might, last point, we was with the Boys and Girls Club, which is very dear to my heart. The Boys and Girls Club, man, that's why I grew up in St. Louis. I learned all this stuff through the Boys Club. And I thought that when I would hook up with the Boys and Girls Club here, that would be the final place where we would make an impact. Well, we grew out of that. They grew into a different direction, and we wasn't part of that. And so I took a 3-year hiatus. Well, 3 years, man, I had to sit on this thing. I had to walk the streets in Columbia, go to the stores, and people would look at me and say, Mr. Bro, when you gonna start a drill team? Well, I said, as soon as I find a house. Because I refused to go back into somebody else's house and try to operate this powerful program. And so, you know, that's pretty much where we at now.
Okay. So you found a home?
Hey, look here, let me tell you something, but not only have we found a home, we had a community leader, an angel, step up and give us a home, not a rental spot, a home where we can do this thing 24/7 if we want to.
Yes.
365 days out of the year if we want to. We got a house now, and our angel stepped up, and I will be exposing our angel later on because we're going to do an interview and talk about this. But yeah, and we'll talk about it too. But the point is that this angel stepped up, and when this angel stepped up, that's why I'm back here on the spot, on point now, at this spot, and it's amazing. When we put the call out saying that we had a house, man, they're coming in. Man, they're coming in. Man, I'm seeing people that I haven't seen in a while. A lot of alumni, hey man, it's tripping me out. You know, and hey, I'm tripping out, man, because the dream is continuing to go.
Yes. And it shows that the purpose is still being served.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, yes. Okay, now, with that being said, okay, now, are you planning on having, like you said, with the different type of acting, whenever you go to different places, are you planning on having all of that, like, being taught here for people to, like, for the youth to learn so that whenever y'all go to a place, they can do plays and things like that? Are you teaching that here as well?
Oh, yeah, hey, everything's in-house. Hey, man, we got our own house, man. See, when you're in your own house, you got different rooms, you know? So in this room right here, it's going to be acting room. We're not only we have, hey, look here, we're in partnership with this sister, Dr. Maxwell. She's cold-blooded with this stuff, and she's already got plays written. She's from Denver, Colorado, and she's already got plays written, and she also, and we already incorporated in her plays. And we haven't even met as far as the drill team piece was, but when we start talking about her plays, all her plays just was the drill team. So we would have acting in the room, we'll have singing in the room, we'll have a dancing in the room, we'll have stepping in the room. See, we got different rooms in our house, so we can post up any kind of way we want, but everything will be done in-house and then polished up, ready to go. And when we go out there to present, we're going to present.
Right.
It's your time.
Right. And to just say this real quick, because you know when he says that, he means it. Because man, hey, I'm a testimony, and I'm able to say that when they go to present the inauguration of Bill Clinton, yeah, they wouldn't present.
That's right.
Yes. Most definitely. Hats off, salute. Yes. So now, okay, what is a way that people can get in contact to find out more about Missouri Highsteppers? Okay,
the way to get in contact with the Missouri Highsteppers, you can go to our website, mohighsteppers.org. That's mohighsteppers.org. And from that page, it would navigate you throughout what's going on, our history, our calendar, how to join, testimonies, how to give money, and help us to be able to sustain this. Because so that's the whole thing again, Brother Trotter, is that we want to. I would like to see this put into position where when I expire or when I have to cross over, it's still working, even stronger. And so now when I come to practice, I don't come to practice with the students. I come to practice to give game to the people who and peep out those who can navigate this thing going. And that person might not be in the room, but those who are in my midst, making sure that they get everything that I know, they get the feeling. I critique them, I get them to the point where they can give this thing back in the manner that I gave it. So that's what it's all about. Every step in there, that might be the next Mr. Rowe in there. You never know. So everybody that crossed that threshold to come in here, they've been groomed to be a Mr. Rowe.
Right. Hey, he ain't lying. He ain't lying because, hey, yes, it took me quite a bit of, before I was in drill team, it teaches discipline too. It teaches discipline because I was a hot head. And my mom was like, yeah, you found something. And I've always loved music. And that right there gave me my outlet. And that's when I knew that, okay, music, that's home. Yeah. But I appreciate it.
Yeah, you have mentioned the music piece of it. And that's what happens with the drill team. With us adding with the drums. You love the drums. You love the music, hitting the beats, and that's what got you going. And then there's folks out there, students out there who love to dance. Yes. There's people out there who like to tumble. There's some out there who like to sing. I mean, not sing. They like to sing. And then we got some out there who loves drama. They like to act. And that's therapy. It's all therapy, man. It's all good because all those disciplines. It takes energy, it takes discipline, it takes dedication, even when you don't want to do it. And you always, that pride thing coming. You want to be the best at what you do, even to just satisfy your soul. And so, that's a very good point.
Now, are you going to take your trade, which you've picked it up with the camera, to teach a class here, teach youth how to photo, film, record, all that stuff like you've been doing with your, because you take some pretty good pictures. I've been seeing you.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass that on too.
Yeah.
So those who, I might see somebody in the brother, sister, somebody who's not involved, or those who are involved, and I offer that. But it's just to get that eye because it's the reason I take photos, and mostly wildlife, is because I get a chance to sit in nature, and I get a chance to think, and I get a chance to be observant of everything around me. And when I'm photographing a white-tail, a red-tailed hawk, or a hawk, or eagle, or even just a hummingbird, you have to pay attention to details. You gotta be on point because you gotta learn their manners and stuff like that. So it's like you're communicating. I find myself sometimes when I'm taking pictures of squirrels, they talking to me. I think they actually talking to me because they're looking at me and stuff, and I'm like, what's up? But that's why I take pictures, because of that peacefulness, and you're in nature, and and then you get a chance to get something that folks don't see every day.
Right.
You don't see it from that angle every day.
And some people may be shy about doing things such as drill team, the dancing, the drums, because they don't want to be out in the face of people. So just teaching somebody how to shoot good pictures, that could be their way.
Yeah, and how I'm going to do that is essentially how I'm going to do that is that I'm going to peep out some folks, and I'm just gonna ask them, hey, I need for you to document this.
Yeah.
And then I start, and I just start with the iPad or the cell phone. Hit this right here, so I need to do this. Or then we start with the camera. But we're gonna grow into that. We're gonna go into golf, also golf. I have a partner who has a golf foundation, and we're gonna partnership with as many positive programs that our students, our members can get involved, that they can have a way of relaxing, or a way of making some money later on down the line. Because all these things that we do, you could turn into a business, and you can do some stuff. You can be your own boss. and that's the name of the game.
Yes,
you know.
yes.
And so with the golf, we're gonna teach them golf. We got photography going on, public speaking. You know, being able to go and speak in front of folks, their peer. You know, it's the whole nine, man. With that drama, we can ready performing arts. We can ready to do it.
Okay, good deal. Now, okay, before we head out, because I know we have some alumni that would like to get a testimony, but would you like to say anything else that you may not have said that the viewers and listeners should know, and again, where they're able to get in touch with you with the Missouri Highsteppers.org and all that good stuff?
Yeah, this is what I want to do. First of all, man, hey, Kevin, appreciate it, man. And I just want you to know that I'm excited to be able to get back on the platform, to be able to give back and to continue to give. But one of the things I want the community to remember is that the foundation of what we do, what we teach the students, is based on the Missouri Highsteppers Creed. And the Missouri Highsteppers Creed is this: I am responsible for the decisions that I make in my life. I'm the one who determines who I am, what I do, and who I will become. Compassion and hard work are my tenets. Gentleness and resoluteness my hallmark. I will strive to maintain a positive attitude about life, to work hard at every task I overtake, and to persevere in the face of life difficulties. I pledge to be a role model to others and to make empathy and kindness my personal guiding light. Suaviter in mara fetete in re. And that's Latin for gentle in manner, resolute in deed. And this is what we teaching the kids in there now. And each one of them would know that creed, they would recite that creed, and they would live that creed. And so I just want the listeners to know, hey, we're not just hitting and quitting and stepping and playing drums. We doing some inside stuff here.
Good deal. Well, I appreciate your time.
Hey, man.
Thank you for everything you do.
Hey,
Seriously.
all right.
All right, now we are taking the interview to a different level. Like I told y'all, we're not doing a business today. We are doing an organization. So with us right now, we have an alumni of the Missouri Highsteppers, and I would like for him to introduce himself and let you all know his role and how long he's been a part of this organization. Because, and come to find out, oh yeah, he was here when I was here. So he gonna tell y'all about everything.
Yes, my name is Kirby Marks, but everybody know me as Mr. Squirrel for as the drill team is concerned. I started working with the drill team as a stepper when I was 15. This will be 42 years now that I've had an involvement with the drill team. For as a youth, the inner member, a stepper, and then as an adult, been an instructor, a teacher, and a director. And yeah, my role is kind of what I call the buffer man. You know, it's in between each different department of the drill team for us, the drum line, whatever, kind of just giving feedback and feeding off things that they might need to know. And the gentleman that's doing the interview with me, come to find out, I had him back in the 90s as his drill instructor. And this is a privilege and an honor. And the reason why I've been in it this long is because I know what it did for me as a youth. You know, I was one of them youth. I was one of those youth that was rebellious, defiant, all those things that you would term as a young man, a young youth that's falling through the cracks. And the drill team really gave me stability. It gave me discipline. I got balance once I got here, and it transformed me. Like I always tell I call them my babies, but all of my steppers and drummers in there, you know, Mr. Marks tells you his story because I don't want you to have to go through and tell the story a different way, in a negative sense. You know, and I make it clear to everybody, and this is the organization I suggest to anybody that's got youth to really take a look at us and consider it, because it can truly give you a different direction. Like if it hadn't been for me connecting with the drill team, like I tell them, I probably wouldn't have been able to sit here at 57 and tell my story, because without the drill team, at this point in my life, at my age, I know what kind of character and what kind of person I was. I would have either been locked up probably for the rest of my life or buried by now. So, you know, when he asked for me to tell you a little bit about the drill team, what it does for me and what I do, it's more what they do for me. You know, I mean, I'm just one of those that was always taught by Mr. Rowe, when blessing is given to you, you pay it forward. So that's all I'm doing. But the bottom line is, the youth we deal with, they're the ones giving. Because every time I interact, every time we deal with them, it allows me to grow. It allows me to grow socially. You know, it allows me to continue to learn and be able to stay balanced and how to solve friction or issues that even as adults we have a tendency to boom. So, you know, it's a benefit for both of us. You know, they say that I'm a benefit to them, but I want everybody to know that they're just as much as a benefit to me. And that's what it's about for me. That's who I am, just a dude that comes in and is an advocate for children. I've always believed that if someone saw the best in me when I saw the worst in me and got me to this place, I want to get that back, because I want our youth, you know, of all spectrums, all genres, all races to understand. And that's the thing. We don't exclude ourselves to one particular culture. We want everybody to understand that our program is here designed to let youth know that you have a gift, and you can cultivate that gift here, and you can be anything you want to be if you put in the work and the discipline. So that's why I'm here. I keep on saying I'm done, but I'm not.
Well, hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, because you know, I've been through many roads in my life since drill team, but I never forgot what I learned from drill team. That's why I'm here right now doing this interview with drill team. And much love, respect as always.
That's what's up, man. And I'm glad you said that. And you know, I'm yeah. So like, if Mr. Rowe gets this or whatever, and he can play this to the kids, that playback is going to be a benefit from you, because that's what we try to get them to understand. No human being is perfect. You know, we all come with character defects and flaws. You know what I'm saying? But if you can just have a foundation and be grounded in a foundation of knowing that I can recover from this, and to hear you say, no matter what roads I traveled after I left the drill team, I had that foundation, and it allowed me to get back on track, and it gave me the understanding that this is, as Mr. Rose said, this is just a step back. You know, you just had to take a step back for a minute, but get back on track. And so to hear you say that, man, that tells us we did something right. So and like, once again, I know that ain't what the interview and he was supposed to be about, but I just can't get over. I'm sitting here with someone that, you know, I had opportunity to be able to manifest and nurture and be a part of his growth.
Yes.
And for him to come back and be, man, you just don't know, man. You don't know, dude. Yes.
Sir.
I'm Biffy. I've been in drill team since I was 9. I finished through high school and then I went on to teach. I've been at various of our locations. Up until we didn't have a location, I always kept in contact with Mr. Rowe. So earlier this year, he made a phone call to me. We got a good blessing going on, so we're able to have our own house, which is pretty exciting. And at that point, he asked me to be partner with. And so as alumni, I can always be here to help, but I am in my position now, the operations director. So I deal a lot with right hand and Mr. Rowe, making sure that our parents know what's going on, make sure our steppers know what's going on, getting the calendar, make sure school stuff, kind of getting the underlying foundation stuff set for what we got going. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. So if you would also be the person that people will get in contact with to try to get either their kids involved or to try to figure out how they can help?
Yes. So I'll be the person for that. I will have that open line of communication. I'll be in contact with parents. I plan to make sure anybody that wants to be involved outside of just the steppers can do that. So you'll be able to reach me via Facebook, phone, email as well. So yes, I am the go-to for that.
So Mr. Rowe already told y'all about the website. So I believe it's MissouriHighsteppers.org.
Mm-hmm.
So look on there. Most likely you'll catch her information on there as well. And she told you her name, so if you want to check her on Facebook as well and message her from there, you can go from there as well. And so now you say that you are that part. Now, what would you like to see this organization become within the next 5-10 years?
Oh my gosh. So when I started drill team was it. Like, if you wasn't in drill team, you was watching it. When you heard those drums, like, you knew what time it was. Like, as a stepper, it was like, oh my gosh, we have to walk in the streets or march, but like, it was an honor. So what that did to our community, Columbia has changed. And I'm so eager to see that back. Our kids need a way of an outlet. So that's a good thing. We're adding new things to drill team. Although we'll have drill team, we'll add some different type of dances, but I'll also be focusing on doing life skill classes with the students. Later down the line, we want the older kids to be able to change a tire, change brakes. So we'll get like mechanics in and stuff like that. I'm a hairstylist, so I'll bring in some of the classes for that. Even down to stuff where it's hygiene or how to interact with peers at work. So we have a lot that we want to bring in. What I want to see drill team evolve from what we had with a spin on it. Okay. Our community needs it. When this was a thing, the community was like a unit. And so we have a lot of alumni that are here with their children, and I just know from my heart that it is going to do a good thing. And so within 5 to 10 years, I feel like we should be teaching people overseas. We have an online portal. We're getting started for some things, and so we definitely want to expand. And so I definitely look forward to seeing our brand and the legacy of Mr. Rowe with all he's put in, with endless hours and money, to just be great. Be a place people say they kid came out with a lot more than just marching, drumming, or dancing.
Yes.
And
I
so,
am one of those.
yes, and some of the schools now cut out or aren't doing as much home ec stuff. So like I said, those life skills, we will have that for those children. We will have a spot for them to debrief, collect their thoughts, and come back. So we want to essentially get like a program where there's mentors in there. We want to make sure that the kids have like a one-stop shop, but it's going to be amazing. Yes. I'm already manifestation.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see that.
Good deal. And truthfully, I didn't know about all of everything that's going on right now. I've always wanted to do an interview with Mr. Rowe once I started doing my Water Wednesdays, and to be able to know that this is all that's happening for them right now, that just goes to show that everything happens for a reason. Know that. But I thank you for your time.
Yes, thanks for having me. Thank you guys for seeing what we're about and letting whomever see the great exposure. And we hope that even if they can't participate, that they send some love or send some eyesight to see what's going on. So we look forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.